So Simone had done a bit of a haul video, so I thought I would do one too. And I'll start off here because just after this video, I'm going to make a mint butter. So I'm going to throw some lemon in as well and obviously some Maldon salt. This will be for this baby, which I'm going to slow cook in the oven. My mum had brought me over, nice wee yellow label. And this was butter sauce that gave me the challenge to make your homemade butter. Toyed with a few different ideas and thought that I would then go for mint because I then lay claim to this gorgeous leg of lamb. So that's that one, and I'll probably need to do that today. Moving on from that, I have puff pastry, which has become such a staple in this house. I'm not even joking. I've went through that for my sausage rolls, and I made salmon en croûte for Jonathan now probably about 2 or 3 times last week. And I need to apologise because I still haven't done the recipe video. So I promise I will do it this time. When it came round to me actually making it, I've just been too shattered to bother my arse doing it, if I'm being quite honest. So I'm going to make the salmon en croûte with that, and this will be involved also. I'm stocking up on the kind of soft, I think Jonathan's getting this from Aldi. Going through it quite a wee bit, using pasta sauces, I'm using it to stuff the en croûte, and a few other bits and pieces. I've brought the truffle pecorino out because I'm going to make macaroni again. Big favourite last week. I know this is not a new purchase, but just had to share it again. Got that from George Muse. I mean, look at that. Look at it. Look at the truffle. It beats truffle oil, trust me. Now, and I still put truffle oil in my macaroni, but the truffle cheese with the truffle oil, oh mommy daddy. Brown onions, because I use them in absolutely everything. Beetroot and orange, because I'm going to make the goat's cheese and beetroot salad again. As I said, the dressing was just a wee bit off, so I'll still get some of that whipped goat's cheese in the fridge, so I'm going to make that again. So light and fresh and ideal for the weather. And as much as everybody's told me it's going to start pissing down later, still hasn't came. Still really sunny. I'm trying to up my fruit intake, and I just cannot get enough of Pink Lady apples. Really interested to know what your favourite fruit is, because I don't love fruit. I love veg. I don't love fruit. So them, conference pears and grapes occasionally. Baby plum tomatoes, I just love having them in the fridge, as well as tomatoes on the vine, which I have, and I make my tomato sauce with. I'll probably make that at some point this week, just because we'll be having pizza at some point again. With the salmon en croûte, I should have said Jersey Royal potatoes. So see if you want new potatoes, best kind in my opinion. Absolutely lovely. I've also got a recipe from an Austrian potato salad, so really light, generally eaten cold, that will go quite nice with the richness of this, and I've got that from my friend in Frugy. I've topped up on my creams, so I said that to you in my cupboard staples. I generally always have a single cream and a double cream. For whipping and puddings and cheesecake, etc., has to be double. For single cream, it's like just generally have in there for sauces and put on puddings if you fancy it. Also bought sour cream because you saw from my menu list this week that I'm making tacos. Now, I'm making tacos with salmon and cod. So I'm going to do fried fish tacos, and I'm going to do that with a mango and pineapple salsa. So nice and fresh and zesty, hence the lemon, the limes. I've also got a shit ton of lemon, which is in the fridge, which you should know, and the tiny little tortilla wraps. Jonathan bought 2 packets. I have no idea why, although he's probably thinking they're tiny, so they're not enough. I'm also going to make an avocado crema with that. Not quite a guac, smoother than that, just because I'm not a huge avocado fan, but I like it as a contrast. So, and then I'm also going to make a slaw. So I don't know whether I'll put them with it, because it'll probably be enough for the fruit, but I bought these, one to pickle this, and I quite fancy recreating the white cabbage salad you get in Indian takeaways, because I absolutely adore it. I'm addicted to it, and I kind of want to just have a go myself. So that's why I got that one. And this one was to top up my own homemade pickling recipe cabbage. Well, it's not my pickling recipe, it's Francesca, which is the head chef from Babs, so he'd given me the pickling recipe because I was addicted to it. I'd even asked TK for it originally, and then asked the chef for it directly because it is the best pickling recipe I've come across, quite frankly. And that's this at this point in time. So I do have some more, and what I'll do is probably stick all this away, maybe get started on the butter, marinate my lamb, and then we'll see if I add a little bit more in. Also, how typical of me, I moved them out of the way and then didn't talk about them. So I bought some metal skewers because I was using wooden skewers when making the lamb kebabs. And I'm also going to make chicken tikka, which is what I've got this for. And I wanted to invest in some rather than throwing the wooden ones away all the time. Plus, these are a lot safer for the barbecue. And when I say safer, wooden ones, if you don't soak them in water for a few hours before putting them on, tend to go in fire. So, good wee investment there. So, for this morning, I just wanted to share my second haul for the final items that I needed. I went to Paul's Whole Foods in Kirkintilloch and Sainsbury's. So, these are pine berries. Look how gorgeous they are. And I can't remember what these are called, but basically they're a blend between strawberries and raspberries. So sweet, with a wee hint of tartness, they're lovely. I also got some Dutch strawberries as well. There's no British ones ready yet, and the sweetness of these, it makes such a difference when they're in season. I always buy my berries when they're in season, not really out with, because it just disappoints me. I got a couple of fennel bulbs as well. I love some fennel in salads. One for myself, and I actually got one for Amy of the Glasgow Diet as well, because I know that she was looking for some big ass aubergines. For these, I may default and make some baba ganoush with my pita, or I was also thinking of maybe doing an aubergine and nut meatball, so I've like a veggie meatball, but we'll see how much time I've got. Here I got a couple of little additions for some of my salads: pomegranate seeds, radishes. We've got a texture and sweetness, and just a pop of colour. So I always really like having these if I plan on having quite a lot of salads. I got some green chilies. I'm going to make like jalapeno poppers. Couldn't for the life of me find bloody jalapenos, so I've just got your basic kind of like mild, so 2 out of 5 heat. I'm going to stuff them with some cream cheese, bread them, deep fry them, yum. Fresh thyme, I'll show you over here. So basically I have fresh herbs. This is my parsley. You can see the tiny little ones starting to come in from where I've pruned it for using. I go through a lot of flat leaf parsley, my basil and coriander. So I prefer my fresh herbs just simply because they last a lot longer, and the price you end up paying for the snipped ones that end up dying in the fridge if you don't use all of it is a wee bit disappointing. Wanted some wholemeal bread flour because Esther had said that she uses some wholemeal or rye to help with the fermentation in sourdough, so only need a little bit. Quite excited to find that, and I will be using that in my next batch of sourdough. I'll continue on with the fruit and veg. So I also found a purple sweet potato, which I thought, well, the colour drew me, and I'll be honest. I've slow cooked some lamb, which you might have seen on my story last night, and I'm thinking of just making these into some chips to go with the lamb. You're getting a hint of what my favourite item is. I'm actually going to come at that last. I also got some rigatoni, just because I'm a huge fan of rigatoni, so normal size and the mini. Some halloumi and some chickpeas, because I'm going to make some hummus. I'm also going to make some sort of Mediterranean wrap with like your roasted red peppers, olives, halloumi, chicken, probably roasted maybe like za'atar and sumac. Tasty. Lemons, because you can never have enough lemons. I go through a hell of a lot. And my favourite purchase of the day, look at these. Heritage tomatoes. These are the reason I went to Whole Foods. Now, I bought these. I got some burrata from Breaks, and I'm just going to have a really simple hedged tomato and burrata salad. And I can't wait for that. And that is my haul from this morning. And then to finish, I couldn't not mention my McQueen's delivery. McQueen's, every week I get a little glass bottle of milk and 6 eggs. Lovely.